and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Cheeseadelphia, the Cheeseadelphia 2025 Group Stage Round 4. We have a fresh series ready for you here. We have another mirror matchup, this time though a TvT. And spawning in the bottom right corner of Tokamak, we have the Blue Terran player. We have the American Terran representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is Epic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the other American Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing them. It is FoxeR. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our TvT. And I'll be honest, coming into this, I was going to be favoring Epic here. Epic, like, he has been really solid kind of like pillar here in the NA scene, the NA community for a very, very long time as this whole player in his own right. Did well for himself in the previous Cheeseadelphia as well. But FoxeR, he recently popped off. If you were looking at the bracket, if you were paying attention, FoxeR, he took down Future, who I would say is the best Terran player in all of the Americas right now. Again, he recently came back from, I mean, I say recently, last year he spent some time in Korea. He was in Korea with Astray, he was in Korea with Clem as well. He was training, he was practicing, he was improving. Of course, since then, you know, we had the off season. Future, he did step away, took a break from the game, did recently come back. Despite that though, I still rate him quite highly. So for FoxeR to take down Future, I mean, that says something. Now, we didn't get to see the games, true. There could have been some cheeses, some aggression. We see here, 2x Reaper, for example. We'll see. What do you see? What he has to offer? How he does approach Epic. Let's go. For now, it does open up 2x Reaper. Meanwhile, Epic opening up Double Gas into a faster factory. Very safe opener out of Epic. With this, he will have faster helium production. With this, he will have the tools to defend against the 2x Reaper of FoxeR. Basically, FoxeR, this opener is designed to hard counter a proxy. If Epic was going for a proxy 2x, then he would just be completely shut down. But instead, we do see FoxeR going for a more aggressive start here. He'll have to be more aggressive instead. As if he does sanction shots, Epic does shoot first. He will zone the Reaper away, but again, little does he know that we have more Reapers coming in. More Reapers amassing. He does see the timing of the command center. There we go, Reapers are revealed. And Epic has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Now he knows. Seeing 2 Reapers is a tell. He's racing back home. Back at home, helium production has begun. And he is staying on the high ground. He's getting in position. Oh. Likewise collapsing in. Going for the dive. Doesn't quite commit yet. Oh, guess one of the Reapers. One Reaper goes down. The SME does fall. Yeah, big delay here on the command center. Nice pick off there by FoxeR. Nice pick up. But in the end, Epic, he does punish. FoxeR does overextend. And Epic holds. Epic, he holds on. And bearing in mind that Epic... Oh, actually, his CC is still quite heavily delayed here. FoxeR with a faster expansion. It's now on Epic to counterattack. I see in the chats, just realized they're 15 minutes away from where I live. I mean, this event is going to go on all day. It's an all-day event, so you can still check it out. You can still be a part of it. Head on down. You can meet up with all the boys. As FoxeR does get behind the mineral line, gets 1, gets 2 SCVs, delays the 3rd, scouts the 3rd as well. Very fast CC here by FoxeR. Epic is aware. Getting 3 SCV kills. Ooh, is going to get surrounded. Is caught out. But does escape with at least 1 Reaper. And as it all settles here, where exactly are we? We have FoxeR again rushing into a faster expansion. FoxeR being quite greedy in the follow-up, getting to his own 2-1-1 setup. A very bio-heavy composition. Meanwhile, Epic across the map just committing initially here into his 1-1-1. Ooh, going for a Cyclone. Does follow with a Cyclone drop, followed by Banshee Harass as well. Again, there's a lot of pressure on Epic to deal some economic damage, otherwise he will fall behind. He's moving in. Does pick up another SCV. Gets a couple of Marines as well, not bad. Jumping back in. Going for more SCVs. And we'll get another. Oh my god. Takes out another 2 Marines, takes out another 3 SCVs. Oh! As Epic barely does save the Cyclone, barely does pull away. And he's not done. He's still just rallying across the map, rallying everything he can. And again, the reason why Epic is being so aggressive is because of that third. Again, folks should have rushed into a third base. So Epic has to punish. And he is. So far, he's pulling this off. Still not done. Oh. Does get within range of the production. Gets within range of the factory. Bearing in mind, 0 tanks for FoxeR. And they may not finish. Yeah, force the lift. Factory has to pull away. Still 0 tanks for the Red Terran. Zero tanks. FoxeR supply blocked. Yeah, it's going to be supply blocked. Oh, dropping on top of the tanks. Brutal connections though, and Epic, he does it. Epic, he breaks the main army, cleans everything up. We'll lose a Cyclone. But FoxeR just cannot keep up. Not like this. The production is being camped. Reactor goes down, Banshee into the mineral line. No cloak. There is no cloak, but he does distract. Oh, the Rax goes down. Aye. And now he's going for the starport. Going for the starport as well. There's that Liberator. Does force the lifts. Now going for combat shields. Ooh, which... Oh, is denied! 1 second! 1 second away! Combat shield gets denied. Liberator goes down as well. Brutal pickoffs. Yeah, this is just getting out of hand. Epic, he has done it. He has broken the main. GG gets called, and Epic takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, just hyper aggression out of Epic. Once he saw the greed out of FoxeR, once he saw the opener as well, he just committed across the map. And it wasn't even with too much. It was with a Hellion, with a Cyclone, with a handful of Marines, but it was barely enough to overwhelm, barely enough to shut FoxeR down. GG. GG, well played. Skagia was Full Heart playing Zerg or Protoss. I believe, I don't know for certain, but I believe Full Heart has made the full switch to Protoss. He used to be a Zerg back in the day, a couple of years ago. But I think he has made the full switch, if I'm not mistaken. It feels bad, man. It feels bad. Here we go. I really don't understand where all his army went. He's been on the same work count since the start, but half the army. If you recall, I was trying to put emphasis on the fact that he was being greedy. He was rushing into a third CC, which means all of the rest of his production was delayed. His factory was later, his starport was later as well. That's why he had 0 tanks. Like, again, all the other production was delayed. And in the lead up to that tank push from the side of Epic, he was able to pick off a lot of Marines. A lot of Marines did go down throughout the course of that. Likewise, got supply blocked as well. So everything just went south real fast and real quick. And here we go, we're getting into our next game. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our American Terran player, the Blue Terran, leading the series 1-0. And 1 game away from claiming the series, representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is Epic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Red Terran player, the American Terran, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this and force the ace match. The pressure is on. It is FoxeR. We go. Ooh. As we do load into Ultra Love being a much smaller map, shorter rushes by ground. Last game we had FoxeR opening up 2 Max Reaper. This time going for, I would imagine, a much more standard opener. We're calming down. Double gas once again out of Epic. So double gas opener out of Epic. This time double gas by FoxeR. So far, mirrored builds. The goal here is to go for a faster factory, a delayed CC. From here, we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go into an earlier Tech Lab and go into early Cyclone production. We can go for an early tank drop. There are options. So we'll keep an eye on the add-ons of our players. We'll keep an eye on them. If FoxeR attacks and Epic holds, can you call it an Epic hold? Oh, oh no. Not like this. Oh. as we do have our factories on the way. Bit of a slip up there from Epic. I think it was just a little bit misplaced. So technically FoxeR is slightly ahead. Coming into this. Once again, Epic moves out with the SCV. The goal here is for the SCV to tank so that he can win the initial Reaper battle. SCV goes up the ramp. And oh, does take the grenade. Does tank the grenade, but last FoxeR does shoot first, and FoxeR, he will not win the fight. Very close, one shot away. Reaper goes down. SCV is going to be zoned away. The CC is delayed, and we do have a 1-to-1 trade. In the end, FoxeR does hold, he does survive. He can continue his CC on the low ground. Can continue. Because of the delay, though, you can see that Epic is slightly ahead when it comes to his timing. Only slightly. Not the biggest of deals. From here, we can calm down. Add-ons are on the way. Tech lab for FoxeR. We have a faster reactor here from Epic. And likewise, a faster starport as well. Ooh, and we are going straight for the tank. Okay. So very early tank production out of FoxeR. Epic is being safer, going for the Cyclone. Cyclones, I mean, they're just very defensive or very versatile units. They can shut down drop play. If we had, for example, an early drop or early Banshee play, early Raven harass, committed Reaper Hellion, then the Cyclone can shut it all down. Instead, FoxeR building up a very early tank count. Oh, initially. Waiting for the medevac. There is a position here on Ultra Love where I believe you can siege the tank on the right-hand side and punish the mineral line. You can get within range of some of these patches. Yep, we're going for the tank drop. Tank drop is moving out. Ooh, cashing out a Hellion as well. The drops they pass by each other. Epic, he just commits. Let's go. We just committed across the map. Send it. The second tank has arrived just in time. Lock-on is brutal. Tank taking a lot of hits. Does repair, but is it in time? That's a lot of damage. And up, can he get it? He cannot. The tank does hold. Tank does survive. Meanwhile, across the map, the tank does siege. And Epic, he cannot hold on to his natural. Epic with a rough start. FoxeR defense back at home. And he attacks. And Epic's in a rough position here. Means that I did kind of mining. FoxeR getting further ahead. And I love how conservative FoxeR is being as well. He does unsiege, does pull away. Oh, the Viking will contain him though. And he will eventually lose the tank. We'll lose it. Still trades. Now, what I was going to say here is when we saw the unsiege that FoxeR, after taking a lead, could escape with the army. That didn't happen. He got caught out instead. And Epic does counterattack. Ooh, running into the tank. Dead the autosard. Tank will go down. Epic, he will clean up. Back at what are we down to? We're down to 1 tank and 2 Vikings. But that should be enough to hold. Still very tense. FoxeR still maintains a lead. It's still up in workers. And FoxeR going double starport. He's going for a 2-board, 2-base all-in. Okay. It's been a while. It's a bit of an older school build from a couple of years ago. But the goal with a 2-port all-in like this is to go into mass Viking and to get air control, and then you switch into Liberators. And without your opponents having any kind of map or air presence, Liberators, they just overwhelm. They do overwhelm. And they can just bully a ground army. As we have an extra wave of Vikings on the way. FoxeR is moving in. Ooh, does expand. Okay, never mind. Not going all in. We'll expand. There's that Liberator that we did mention. Again, the whole purpose of rushing into all these Vikings is so that your Liberator can just bully the ground army. That's the goal. You know, FoxeR does shoot first. Yeah, dodge it first, takes down the tanks. Barely does pull back. It's still going to be a very clutch hold. But Epic, with the help of those Ravens, does take down the tank. Barely does. Barely takes down the tank. And we spoke about that timing. We spoke about the momentum that FoxeR would have with all those Vikings. Not anymore. He lost all his Vikings down to 3. Liberator is still on the way. Again, still a very chaotic early game. Still very chaotic. And again, the army's not even that large. It's just non-stop like fighting and chaos with like a handful of units, like 1 or 2 tanks, like 5 Marines at most. Looking at the Viking count, it is slightly in favor of FoxeR. Slightly. Said it does peel off with that Liberator, head towards the main. And both players expand. Both players claiming their third base. We have E-base on the way, so it's bio tank out of both Epic and FoxeR. No one is playing mech. No one is meching it up. Going Liberator into the main. As we spoke about that position earlier. Can punch the mineral line. Likewise, Viking count is neck and neck. Epic has built up his own Vikings. Swiping on the 1 starport. But mining is denied. Just nothing here at the natural. Takes on a free tank. Not bad. And I was going for the workers. Oh, the SCVs are falling. Yeah, late to react. Oh, he pulls the boys. He's crazy. Losing every single SCV. Again, the Vikings, they crash. Like, they're crazy. And with that, it's going to be 22 workers going down. Epic, he has a criminal economy down, has almost nothing left. Down to 35, 38 SCVs. Barely anything. As FoxeR getting a 4th command center. Epic, the one advantage he has are the Vikings. Does go for a counterattack. Whatever he can get. But there are Marines back at home. Meanwhile, FoxeR now going for the 3rd. Oh, gets surrounded. We'll lose the army. Despite that, still gets 5 more CV kills. Still gets 5 more. Epic at this point, he's pretty committed. And all FoxeR has to do is just defend, just survive. Just calm things down, saturate his 4th base, just build up his army. Build up his tank count, his Marines. As I believe he's on an 8 racks setup, sorry, 7. So on 7 raxes. Making 11 Marines at a time. Now again, the one thing that Epic has is that air control. He has all the Vikings. Can make use of that. Speaking of landed Viking harass in the main. It does push forward. He's with the 1 tank. Let's go. The 1 tank threatening FoxeR. Meanwhile, a massive drop into the main. Does drop in. Not bad. Gets a couple of SCVs by a couple. You can see the blink of an eye. 15 SCV kills. Oh my god. Again, Vikings, they do so much damage to workers. Meanwhile, FoxeR rallying into the army. We lose 2 tanks. 2 tanks go down. 18 SCVs in the main. These Vikings, they're popping up. Oh my god. I have to respect the Vikings. Jesus. As they just came to production. 18 SCVs. Vikings, they lift. They aren't going to be thrown away. least they shouldn't be. And Epic, he pulls out. Does pull out, and suddenly he's back in this game. Oh, actually dropping back in. Will lose everything to you. Yeah, Epic just getting a little bit too excited. Goes back in, will lose everything. We'll lose a double drop. But despite that, Epic, despite being down 30 SCVs earlier, he's back in this. He was down like 35 SCVs. It was crazy just how far behind he was. But he's recovering. He's bouncing back. Fourth base is once again denied. He wants it. He wants the kill. He's gonna get it as well. Down to half HP. A little bit more, and he looks like he will get the snipe. Oh my god. Barely floats away. Gets distracted. Saves the tanks. And takes the fight as well. He's down in upgrades. Despite that, does force back the Marines. And the CC is barely saved. Does get the repair off. And FoxeR, despite being up in those bio upgrades, despite having 2-2, he just cannot engage into this. He cannot push in. Epic taking his own fourth. Just now starting. Yo, a crazy comeback here. A comeback out of Epic. Yeah, he is epic. I mean, it's in the name. What can I say? Brings it back from the brink. FoxeR expanding elsewhere. Floats from one side of the map all the way to the other. Meanwhile, FoxeR, I mean, he's being denied mining here, not just at the fourth, at the third base as well. And he counterattacks. Yeah, he sees the army, he just ignores it. Going across the map at the same time, so does Epic. We're going for the fourth. And we're going for the base trade. Yeah, there's no turning back. He's gonna send it. He stims. Stims across. That'll be a kill in the CC. And the boys are being pulled. Tanks are exposed. Can he get on top of the tanks? He gets one, gets two. There's two left. And he will take them. He will bring them down, takes down every single tank. And we commit. we commit to the main. Let's go. Marines, they sim in towards the main. There's one tank on the high ground. Gets started down. 0 tanks left. Third base goes down. And Epic, he should win this base trade. I mean, I say that the buildings, they can float away, obviously. They can float. And there are no Vikings. True. No Vikings yet. Hunt them down. Epic, he evacuates the natural. You know, FoxeR, he has to float. We gotta send it. Get the buildings out of here. But he might still not have enough. Drops into the main. He's getting caught on siege, and Epic, he holds. TLD shuts us down and takes down the first tank. There's one tank left. Oh my god, never mind. Jesus. that one tank is holding on. He's crazy. One tank does hold. You know, all the buildings are burning. GG gets called. Epic, he will win the base trade. He overwhelms the main, and Epic, he will take the series 2-0, taking down FoxeR. GG. There was a moment in this game. We had, it was what, 78 SCVs to 35 workers of Epic. That was crazy. He had less than half the worker count of his opponent. That was insane. Oh my god, Epic, he was down and out here. He was down in expansion, he was down in workers, he was down in army as well. What did he have? If you remember, the one thing that he had going his way was Vikings, right? He had, I want to say, like 8 Vikings with his army, and he pushed out. He had this crazy move out where he had one tank, a handful of Marines where he distracted at the third base, Vikings that went into the main, and they got, what was it, 18 SCVs? They killed 18 workers on their own. It wasn't just that, he was also denying the fourth. Because of his positioning, he was denying the fourth base, and he was denying mining at the third as well. And he brought himself back in. He brought himself back into the game. Clawed his way back into it. GG, well played. Crazy comeback. I mean, this tells a story. This is FoxeR's the red line, by the way, and Epic is the blue line. Like, just like this is the worker disparity. This is the, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. How did this happen? Insane. GG. GG, well played. Again, with that, Epic, he was able to bring it back, able to catch a FoxeR with his pants down, wreak havoc in the main, and likewise, of course, deny the 4th base, wreak havoc in the 3rd as well. Take better trades. GG. GG, well played. Whew. GG, well played. And with that, Epic does claim the series, and we'll see where that leads us. Let's go.